I don't even know if I'm getting in. Seems to. There we go. That seems to all be working. Can everyone hear me fine? Because I don't know if my connection's completely just tanking or is. I don't have a clue right now. I'm even getting buffering issues on my end. We'll see how it goes. We'll give it 5 minutes. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see if we can tweak and maybe fix if needs be. It's weird. Honestly, I don't know if it's something from my internet. Virgin has been letting me down a lot more recently, so I'll be on the phone to them and getting stuff sorted. But from what it seems like, it seems we're okay and we're back up and fully running now. Or am I wrong? Alright. Quick tidying up. Carry on. Yeah, seems to be back up to normal now. Right. We're just going to work our way around. We're going to start getting the metallics on this and start getting somewhere. We're finally starting to make it feel like we're starting to get somewhere. And hopefully, if time permits, we'll hopefully get this done tonight. Although all the metallics are going to need at least 2 thin coats. Let me put a bit more metallic on my palette. There we go. I don't know what was up this morning earlier on there, guys. I apologise. Hey, soul drinkers. How are you doing? It's been a while since you've been in and about, actually. But how you doing, bud? There we go. That's better coverage. So, basically printing another army to go down with, and what are you going with this time? You taking Votan because it was the. Oh well, to be fair, it wasn't the biggest meta actually. It all sort of got nerfed. What meta chasing you doing for this one? As well, what printer did you get? That's fair enough with the Harlequins, at least. I gotta admit, the Saturn 2K I very much do like. Hey, Strider! How's it going? How are you this evening? What have you been working on this weekend? What are you up to? But yeah, no, I've got a Saturn 2 behind me, and its little cover case so that it doesn't get covered by the sun. But I'll say I very much like it. I've been printing, to be fair actually, I've been printing a few stuff for Yuri today actually. Started printing them off for him. He asked for a couple of things, so we're getting that done and dusted for him. I am very, very well as well. I'm glad to be here painting away and feeling like I'm starting to actually finally get somewhere. It's been slow couple of weeks, but I'm feeling like I'm starting to finally get somewhere with Imperial Fist. We've got 2 Rhinos done now, the Leviathan's done. I'll get the Sakaran done by the end of this week, and then we can start getting on at least 20 or 30 troops done, and then that's a decent sized like starting army. I can start getting a few games and start getting learning with it. Right, start cracking them out. Ooh, what ones have you got waiting on? To be fair, I am going to be more Christmas. I want to get some. Sorry, same Marines. I'm currently working on Marines. Working on different Marines come Christmas, and I'll start doing 40k Space Marines about then. I just want to get as much as I can Heresy out the way, so then my backlog of Heresy goes down a little bit, so then I can start working on other things at the same time. We can knock off a couple of projects at a time. Nice. Yeah, no, I want especially over Christmas when I've got a little bit more time. I want to try and get start working on 40k Space Marines and get a good set army size list for that. And then I've got a couple of things I can play about with, mess about with, and just enjoy in between. That's fair. I've went the other way. I like to do sort of more. Well, no, I like if whenever I start a scheme, I like to do the bigger, chunkier things first because they're more forgiving, and then I work my way down. And then once I've got chunkier stuff because it's more forgiving, then do all the infantry, and then do characters at the end because by that point I've mastered the technique. I know what I need to do, and I can just churn them out slowly and put more time and effort into them all. Yeah, it's the way I sort of think of it is if I practice the thing on big things, they're more forgiving, I can make more mistakes, I can hide them with a bit more battle damage. Whereas if I muck up a smaller mini, you're either putting massive amounts of battle damage on it, or just taking away from a lot. So I like to go big, small, then characters to finish off. But it really just depends on what you fancy as well. There is times I will swap between bigger things and going smaller as well, or I might start off on troops if that's more I've got. Like Custodes. Custodes I just start on troops because there's no point trying to do... I barely take tanks with him. It's like Dreadnoughts are the bigger things, but... I need to finish them off actually. Get my Soul Drinkers back. Soul Drinkers? Solar Watch back out and get them finished as well. But the one that was putting me off that was just, it was so many bikes. I got to the point I think I painted up like 7 bikes, and it was so many bikes and riders, and it was just slow going with that. But I'll get that finished. Oh, the other one. Everyone been on Warhammer Community today? Have we seen the new Rogel Dorn tank? Had a little neb and nosy at it, because that's the main one I want to talk about tonight. Is, can I justify starting guard? It looks good. I will say, I'm not the biggest fan of all the stuff from guard. I like the Forge World guard stuff. I quite like the Lehman Russ, but I'm liking it sort of an in-between for like Malcador and sort of your bigger Forge World tanks and Lehman Russ, and it's sort of like that good, nice, chunky size. And the fact is it's packed full with insane weapons options, it seems, with Demolisher Cannon. What's it, a mini Punisher Cannon, mini Demolisher, 2 front-facing Stubbers, or Meltas, or Flamers, depending on how you want to run them. And then it's the same, the twin-linked quad, or twin-link pintle-mounted Flamer, Axe, Bolter, and Melta, it seems. Plus then either 2 battle cannons, or the new Oppressor Cannon, what it seems like there's just big firepower. I want to wait and see what other regiments they do. Because don't get me wrong, I would like to do a sort of like... The idea if I was going to start doing guard was I would like to do like a very much veteran... Obviously Cadians now are sort of scattered about. They're more veterans than like remnants and stuff of what they once were. But doing something like that where it's sort of very beat up... battle scarred, obviously grimdark. I like painting my grimdark, but very much like that sort of aesthetic with them. If I was going to do them, or depending if there's like Morians. What's the ones? I can't remember the name. The ones that wear kilts. I'd do them in a heartbeat if they got plastic minis. The something Highlanders. I can't remember the actual names of them. See. Do what we normally do of just quicker, sloppy hammer. Like, don't need paint undersides of vehicles. Ooh. I like the Minotaur artillery. It's a cool Lord of War. I think, because that's the problem, is obviously it's great bringing out a new codex for them, but it's the Forge World Compendium needs updated at the same time. Or will their parts of Forge World needs updated at the same time, so it depends on if that's updated and if we get a noticeable change to it, but I don't know if we will. I not spill over silver as much as I can, even though I'm spilling a bit. Fine, I'll just chip it down. Yeah. Yeah, plan tonight is try and get through as much we can of this, and whether or not I can, I don't know. I'd like to do, if I was doing guard, I would want to do a couple of Bane Blades, just for larger scale tanks. Good amount of transports, decent. I want more field artillery as well. I like the idea of the new field ordnance teams. Mixing that in a couple of Rogel Dawns and just very much Horde. It'll be my first entry to a Horde army. Just because the amount of troops I would have to paint up. And I'm classing it as Horde. But then at the same time, I've spoken about it before a couple of times on the sub part of the Discord. And I'll say for those that have subscribed and haven't linked their Discord and their Twitch together, please do. You're missing out. And we spoke in there about doing maybe a community guard project. And we all paint up small different pieces, play with them together, and then we could all maybe sell it off for charity at the end. Right, I need to slow down slightly. I'm starting to make mistakes, and I don't know what I have to go over the yellow again, because that's too much effort. Just take our time, there's no rush. Obviously, I'm going to have to go over it again in some spots. But it's starting to feel like we're getting somewhere with it at least. Has anyone here actually ever done a guard army before? That's the other one we should ask. Have you painted it or just procured one? I never have as well. It's just I was more curious just to see if anyone had. Just to see how much of a pain it was to paint, what sort of tips you've got for it. I'm much for, like, to be fair, my Heresy army is like my biggest one currently. Or it's going to be my biggest project. Once it's finished. Just for the amount I've got to get through just now. And I'll get more in time as well. But sort of that sort of idea of like painting horde armies, like how do you keep yourself motivated? And just deal with it, because it's such a pain, I'd find, just to paint that many minis over and over again and just be the same and repetitive. I don't know how I'd keep myself motivated. That's what I was to see. Death Corp! if Death Corps still had their own specific, or it looks like they're going back to having their own points, because it looks like certain armies are having different. From what it seemed like with the leak, was different guard units for the same regiment. So say if you had just normal troops, 10-man squad of troops, different regiments will be different points costs for the same things. Just because the way they're certain traits and rules are and stuff, and I think Death Corp was one of the higher pointed side of ones. Death Corp has got a lot of nice stuff out there, especially like in terms of first off, GW and Forge World products are very nice, and then in the third party sense as well, there's a lot of nice stuff out there. The one that I've seen as well, I was speaking about the other night, was it's like Great War Sentinels, and they're sort of like Sentinels designed for Corp, and they're more like big ship bows, with a point and stuff, and like more like a ram. They look really nice. You get Ogrins and Bulgrins with the full-on gas masks. Dante posted a really awesome photo we found of someone's conversion as like Death Corp Knights. There's a lot of very nice stuff out there for Death Corp. When I do this, I might mix it up with a bit of streak and grime. A lot of the stuff we've been working on has been sort of solid. The only problem with this one is in between the track links. Sort of in here, where it's harder to get into with paint. Obviously, I need to sort of go along the bottom. And any points where the metallics sort of touch it, or my fingerprints have went and took metallics on spots they shouldn't be. You can see I'll just put that down to chipping. And I'll fix all that. But I don't know, I think I might mix it in with a bit of streak and grime. And put that in there, and then that way I don't have to take a lot of it off, and it'll just darken it down and make it look like it's just clogged with dirt. Or use textures. With this style of tracks, I could always add in a bit of dried mud. No! Ah, but I got the wrong window open. 2 seconds, people. There we go. Yeah. Can't stand the little bots. They are very, very annoying. Very annoying. Twitch needs to do something about them. Because they seem to be just getting worse each week. To be fair, I could probably get away with not having to do all of these links. Right, I'm painting this wheel. But yeah, you're not going to see them from the... Right. The other one as well that's drawn me more to guard as well is the amount of good third-party sellers for them. That, yeah, there's a bunch of good Death Corp stuff out there. There's a bunch of cool Steel Legion Drab. I try to think of the site. I got sent it the other night and I was on it and it was chaos, like literally, and it had everything. A death, it had sort of like a mix between the red markers. But I'm sure it was Danny showing it, and it was they had like 40k versions of Solar Auxiliary. Death Corp. It had Elysium Drop Troopers. Just a whole host of good stuff, all ready, like resin files that you could just buy and print. Should really be wearing gloves actually, because I haven't brought on a lot of paint to spots I shouldn't have. It's fine. Yeah. The Victoria Miniatures or something that does the Cult, Militia, Solar Auxiliary. There's another one as well. I'm sure it's Victoria something, and they do like Lehman Russ and Bane Blades, but they're all with crab legs, and they've all got like sort of like this more spider style legs, so you can have them like 6-legged, and it's just stuff that just really, you can make an army so different, and it just looks awesome. That's the one. I'm sure there's another one as well that doesn't, but Morty and Tank does so much cool stuff as well. There is a lot of really nice stuff out there. Right, let's have a quick look just while we're sitting here, because I'm just want to have. I'm not following the artwork to the T. It's handy sometimes having up reference photos or something to reference off of for ideas for different bits. Obviously, I want to paint the front metallic, but I can't remember if they painted theirs in. They did not. It's fine. Change that back. Yes. Ah, it seems to be so temperamental. I don't know why the point thing is so temperamental. You know what? Let's just. Give me 2 seconds. I genuinely have read the manual on this one, and it seems to just be there's something it's a newer thing they've done, and it's just not working great. But I have genuinely read the manual, and I've genuinely read the manual as well when it comes to bloody There we go. That makes up for it. Because it seems to be working. We'll chuck out a chunk for now. There. There you go, Danny. You've got something to play with for a bit. But yeah, on that one, say it, I genuinely have sort of read it, I've watched tutorial videos, it just seems to be, it sometimes doesn't detect people, it does at the same time. If it doesn't start working better, I'm going to look for a different one and implement that instead. Because it's getting ridiculous. Same with Soundtrack. Soundtrack, I think I'm going to have to maybe just uninstall all my sound options and reconfigure them all, because it seems to be no matter what I'm doing with it, it's just not willing to record audio and that afterwards. So I'm going to check it. If it's not worked after tonight, I might be done with Soundtrack because it's doing my nothing. Right. While I'm here, I'm going to quickly sort these marks that I've left in. Where's my Rhinox hide? I know you're about because I seen you, because I put you away a minute ago. Oh, well, before we started. There we go. Now, we don't need a lot of this. But we're going to split this model up, and especially in this side panel, I'm going to do bits in between. So we'll set that there for now. Got a small brush. And just random, but we slowly build it up. And yes, we mix this in with sponge chipping, but this is the early sort of step of it, where we get a bit more randomacy. It just helps as well for the metallic areas where I've accidentally touched on a bit of paint. Although, Danny, did you receive the points drop I put in? Because you should have. It's just you went quiet. Or are you currently just gambling it all away? Not that this comes up great on camera because of the size of them. Ooh. Ooh, that is interesting actually. Because I did not realize they had their own version of that, or they could get a version of that. I'd done the thing where I gave manual points out, it was just to make sure you got them. Ooh, yay. There we go. I said that I still don't know why it's so temperamental, which I will chase up and try and rectify and sort in time. There you go. It's not a lot of damage. Not especially with this early stage. Just small chips, just to give it a bit more variation, something a little bit different. And then when I come in with the sponge, it just leaves it a bit darker in some spots. And it looks better when you do them in spots where the sponge you wouldn't sort of go round with. You get quite a good amount of variation. Oh. Right. I will have a fiddle about with it in the next couple of days. I don't know why it's so temperamental, Dante. But I will have a look at it. But yeah. Everyone else, what we up to tonight? What we doing? What we hobbying on? Set that aside for now. 118 got paid 9. You know what? We'll sort this. Just go. Try another thing and then do that again. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's just a way of just turning it on and off. To be fair. To To be fair, you should be paying attention to the cat, Danny. That's on you. Right. Let's actually, rather than going back and forth, I'll finish the turret tonight. And I'll try and fix Streamlabs' point loyalty system. So that's all working fine. But we will mess around with that, see what we can't fix. In the meantime, what's everyone working on? What we're doing? That goes out to the people lurking in the background as well, because I know there's a couple of yous. I am still down this week, yes. I was going to send you a message about that once I'd finished tonight, bud. Well, once I finish tonight or tomorrow morning. You'd have got a message, just double checking. Because are you still going down to Badman on Wednesday, bud? Yeah, I'm still going to be there, bud. Gets me a night at the hotel. A shame that Blackstone Fortress is off, though. Because I thought it would have been a good laugh. Ooh. I do like the spoilers. They are cool. They are cool. They are cool minis. I need to bring in some. I want to bring in some jet bikes. I know it's not really Imperial Fisty, but I would like to do some the jet bikes as well as maybe a land speeder or two, just because I really like the aesthetic of them. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Like, I don't get me wrong, I fully get it. Like, half term and family, and that has to come first, but it's just. That's fine. You got the excuse, you can come see me. Yeah, no, yeah, I get that one, bud. Right, one thing I'm actually going to do, rather than that constantly popping off, because I'm sort of done with that one side just now. Or I don't need it on and off anymore. Ooh. I would say yes. Because that does, like, Baneblade Yet is a cool ass tank to start with. And having the option for any variant of it you want as well is sort of good shit. And then get the Forge World one as well. Just because the big plasma one's, like, I would say the way forward. Get the brass out again in a second. And we'll start highlighting this as well up in a second for the turret, for the greys. Or well, for all the black, we'll start highlighting that up in a second. Get that all done. And then we can start getting as well weathering and beating down and get the turret finished tonight. And then it's something small. We've got a good chunk of the mini done. Might not have it finished. But more have it somewhere we can be happy with. Actually, but before I get the alloy out, finish off metallics before I forget. Rather than chop and chasing back and forth one paint to another, we will take our time, or I will take my time and stop rushing and stop getting distracted by other colours that need done as well. There you go. Tidy up those few mistakes. Latches, rivets, the rivets at the back as well. To touch up because I made a few mistakes. Sorted. Get the brass on next, which needs a really good shake because it's a paint and it needs usually always a couple of coats, but it always looks good once it's done. Just why is there? That's not so bad, really. Have a bit of time to yourself and just crack on, get a bit of hobby done, get the odd jobs that keep getting put off till later. Give me a bit of a blessing, have a little bit of time. And that as well, sometimes just have a nice, like a little bit of a break as well. Let's get the bolt casings, or well, the shell casings. And I'll need to make sure I paint that hatch in matte black. Right, it's going to take a couple of coats for that one. It's never the best covering paint, but it's usually alright. It's just that Canoptek alloy. It's one that once you put a couple of layers on, it does give you the really nice sort of bright brass. But it's just needs a couple of layers first. Or you could do Screaming Bell first, then build it up. I'm just being lazy. Just let lenses are sort of cheat as well. And just go straight to Well Rider Red. Rather than painting them with Fist then and building them up and doing like hard coat over them and stuff to build up like a glossy finish on them. Just simple, more matte red. Make sure I've got none on me, because last night I got that everywhere, which is annoying. Very annoying, actually, as well. But done. Look at the last of the rivets. Right. There we go. The rivets, everything done. And it's just about Rhinox hide. Yeah. 2 rivets that are missed. Don't need to do loads of battle damage on the top. Small bits of chipping. I will get out the sponge and do a little tiny bit of dabbing, but nothing massive, just because it's not massively needed. Especially for what we're trying to do with the turret and the main bit of the tanks. Most of the battle damage is going to be at the top, well, in where the tracks are, at the front. Areas it's going to get shot at. Compared to so much like the top of turrets. And just now, I'm generally doing highlights to the black armour. Nothing massive or major. Just bits to sort of help pick it out a little bit, that's all. And because of the sort of sharper angles and nice crisp corner, it makes it so much. And now, tiny bit of damage and weathering on the black, nothing major. Just using the same colour, you can just sort of scratch it and scuff it. Hey Slendy! How's it going, bud? Right. I need white spirit. We'll start weathering up the turret. Oh, and I've just spilled that on my desk. Great. It's fine. Ooh, what we got now for the pile? What have you added to the pile that's like your latest add-ons? Nice. Right, let's mix this in and bring this oil paint back to life. Take off that. To be fair, last ODST you put in was awesome, so I'm looking forward to seeing how you paint these ones up and just adding a bit of variety. The elites will be awesome as well to see. Right. As normal, we just want to completely coat this as much as we can. What I'm gonna do. Just smother it. Just do everything we're told not to do and just do one thick coat. What are you planning on doing? You just planning on hobbying? You going away anywhere? Seeing family? Or just lurking about? To be fair, once Dark Tide's out, there'll be a few of us playing it, so we can all just try and get some games mixed in with us all. Have a bit of a laugh. Which will be fun, in a sense, as well. And a couple of projects as well would be quite good as well. Just because, obviously, painting more minis is the goal. Right. Last few spots, and then we'll start cleaning up. I just want to make sure I've tried to work as much wash as I can and everywhere, because it just makes it so much easier. Do I have any more of these left or not? No, I think I'm completely out. No, I've got a couple. No, I'm completely out of my little makeup brushes, which are annoying. Right. What we're going to do is a bit of kitchen rope, a pair of tweezers. Right, set that down there. Move it out of the way. Make sure we add the turret back in. And while that's there, just give it a quick once over. Get a little touch more white spirit. Get the right one. And again, spill everywhere. Never mind. Mr. Fish! Hello! How are you tonight, Mr. Fish? Happy Monday, bud. What were you doing? That's the bigger question. Is this all your bike riding and everything? Or is this the Flying Scotsman stuff? Yeah, just chuck them in the hub. You can either chuck them in the hub or like just say like, do we have an adventure one? Don't think we've got an adventure one. Might need an adventure one. I'm watching how much I take off for this. Right, cotton buds actually. We think. Back there. Right. Rather than using that, because that's not really working. Yeah, Discord doesn't let the biggest of files be uploaded, shall we say. Unless you like boost the server and stuff like that. That costs too much money. Yeah. some reason. Rather than doing it this way, let's go the old-fashioned way. Right, brush a bit of white spirit, and we'll just go take this slowly on and off as it goes. Exhausted, record my showcase where I got through every. Holy crap, Mr. Fish. The fact though is, as well, I will say, you have been smashing out painting a lot over the last, like, year and a half. You're starting to get a lot more done, I will say, so it's no surprise you got a video that long. And I'm going to have to go back over certain paints with this one, because again, it's just, it's taken off bits I didn't want it to take off. Fair enough, Mr. Fish. I think he's trying to work out how many minis he's painted in the last year. And that bit up there, I'm just going to pop that turret out actually. So I'll repaint that. I like how it's maybe quick math as well, Mr. Fish, and you're still... I'll still try to work it out. Right. Move that aside. Clean up for a quick second. Bring this back into the frame. Yeah, that turret I'm going to have to redo completely. But that's fine. We've got a bunch of spares, so if it's damaged or if it's not the same, we can always just quickly sort it. Or the cupola or whatever it is, the little cap. But yeah. Fair enough, still a little bit of cleaning up, but still that very much dark orangey yellow that's just more battle damaged. Right, I had to go back maybe 1,500 points at the start of the year because I started with 40 Snaggle Boys. I've come on the bench now, that's mean I've painted 6,000. Bloody hell, Mr. Fish! It's, right, I will say 100% impressive. But yeah. That's an achievement, bud. You've made the Hoff proud. I always remember. I try and remember as much as I can about all he is, and I very much like. How am I going to forget the Hoff's always watching you? But I will say, what's nearly coming up for 2 hours is not bad. Dedicated, that's what Mr. Fish is. No, honestly, bud, that is impressive. I know the rest of the model's got quite a bit to go, but I will say that yellow now is starting to match up with what we have done. Fair enough as well, it's still quite glossy, but it will dry. Once it's dried, it sort of mats down a bit. While we're here, what we'll quickly do as well. I'm going to go back over it, but just enough just to make that red pop again. Right, and on that, I can't stay as late tonight because I've got to get stuff sorted for this week, and I've got to be up stupid early tomorrow. But yeah, on that note, right, there'll be no Friday stream this week, just because I'm away. I will be in the Discord, and I'll be about the Discord as well for the couple of nights I'm gone. So if anyone's about, please just give us a shout and I'll pop on and I'll come chat to you. And that, few changes starting as of the weekend, especially like the Instagram will be getting more updated again and regularly used, because I know our Instagram's been sitting dead for a while. So that's to come, so just keep an eye out for that. Back Sunday as normal with our hobby hangout. It's just missing the Friday, and then we'll be back Monday as normal as well for like a little Halloween special. So yeah, that's all to come. So just keep an eye out on the Discord and everything like that. Obviously there'll be a lot to come. For those that feel generous and everything like that, you can subscribe to us. It does help support us. It does help us do some more insane stuff. Don't feel pressured to it. Being here and chatting to us is the best thing you can do. But if you want to follow and you want to give us a sub, by all means, please do. But yeah, on that note, obviously, as always, Dante, Mr. Fish, Slendy McSpendy, Strider, Soul Drinkers, everyone that's been here tonight, chatting away with us and enjoying and just chilling while we hobby away. Thank you so much. I love you all. I'll be back on Sunday as normal. Hopefully, Mr. Fish, I will say, hopefully now, the VOD should be working. VOD should now be working, if I've done things right. If not, I'll have to still fix them. But hopefully it should be working, where there shouldn't be any music. And if that's the case, we can start saving our VODs. And we'll have a record, and we can start holding back, like, keep seeing where we've got from start to finish and what we can get done in a year. So, that's all to come as well. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, as I say, for those that are just tuning in or that are lurking in the background and want someone to come check out and join, come join our Discord. It's where you get more updates. You get to see a bit more behind the scenes and stuff, especially if you're subbed. So yeah, that's for me for tonight. Obviously, I wish I could genuinely stay longer. I wish I could do like another what I did last Friday, where we sat for a good couple hours and we had a good stream, we had a good laugh while doing it all. And oh yes, Danny has asked a good question before we go for Mr. Fish, because this is one I want to see actually as well. Because I would say like that all in all would be a very good shout. Very nice one as well. But yeah, coming next week as well, streams will start getting longer again, especially as we run up to Christmas and we've got a bit more free time. And yes, a looted Rogal Dawn tank, I'll say, would be very, very nice. Especially, like, I've got to say, I really like the new tank. I want to get my hands on it. But yeah, otherwise, I'll stay here all night. I know I'm finishing a bit earlier, and we've not been as long as what we normally have been. I can only apologise. We'll be back as normal on Sunday and Monday next week. I can't make it Friday this week. But everyone, enjoy your week. I hope it's fucking amazing. And I will catch you all at the weekend. Thank you for everyone tuning in on that. And thank you. And I will see you all very, very soon. Cheers. And good night.